Hello fellow YouTubers. Yeah, the lighting's a little bit poor because I'm in the back of my shed. Today's Saturday and April 28th, and it's been a pretty miserable sort of day, although I don't mind the rain. It's one of those days that you have a lot of time to spend indoors, and but it's just after 5, and I've just been doing a little bit more cleaning up the other end of the shed here, and I decided that I better see if I can make inroads into this, what's here, and I'll show you that in a minute or so. But this was a video I'd planned to make some time ago, and I'm going to title it The Delusional Mind of a Self-Published Author, and that author is me. Why? Now, it's not the best of light, but here in these boxes they go right up there, and these boxes as well, they go right across here for a couple of meters. And all this packaging, cardboard boxes and hard packaging, and something like 100 t-shirts. I think there was 4 different sizes, and that's what those black things are over there. Yeah, there's about 90 t-shirts there, I think. That's what's in these 2 boxes here. I think there's 25 in a box, so there's 50 there. There's another box over there, so there's probably 75 caps. I did give away something like 25 of the Aggravation Life's Full of It caps. I also had some bumper stickers with Aggravation Life's Full of It printed as well. What constitute that whole kit and caboodle there constitutes around about $25,000 that I spent. Plus there was another $2,000 for a website and advertising. Well, the whole thing cost me around about $30,000. And why? Because, as many of you know, I am a self-published author, and about 5 years ago I'd finished writing Aggravation, and I was so sure, so certain that it was the damn good book that it would sell, and the only way to sell it was to go online. And I inquired about getting the books printed, and I went the whole hog and got 2,500 copies. In total, it cost me just shy of $22,000. But I was so confident that it was such a good book that I would be able to sell those copies online. But I sold one copy only, and the main reason I couldn't sell those books, the cost of postage, absolutely slayed me. I find it strange that I didn't find out the cost of postage, or maybe I just made an assumption. Oh, I just realise now I'm looking pretty red in the face, aren't I? Maybe it's the cap. Yes, but anyhow, that's what killed me. Yeah, just to post one copy of Aggravation here in Australia is around $14 anywhere in Australia. I think there are a couple of spots where it's a little bit more, but yeah, and the post overseas is about 35. It's just shocking, absolutely shocking, the cost of postage. But the book fell into, if it had been under 500 grams, it would have been much cheaper. But anyhow, it wasn't, and well, the rest is history. So anyhow, I've still got all these books back here. I don't think I will ever be able to sell them. Recently I've sold a couple for $2 each plus postage, but I won't. There must be close to 2,000 books there. There's got to be. So, and each book cost me $9.10. So there's about $18,000 worth of books still there that I won't be able to sell. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what I can do. But see, that is the delusional mind of the self-published author. You think your work is so good. Every author thinks their work is great. It's the best. And I'm still convinced that Aggravation is a very good book. And but at that time, I thought it was so good that I'd be able to sell all those 2,500 copies and make a little bit of money. But all I did was lose a lot of money. Oh, don't worry, I did talk it over with my wife. It just wasn't $30,000 that I spent without consulting her. But she said, look, it's your money. She said, if you want to do it, do it. Because if you don't do it, you'll always be left wondering. Well, I'm certainly not left wondering, but I tell you, it's the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. And I'll never get that money back. Sure, nothing ventured, nothing gained has always been my motto, but it still haunts me. It still does. Please, if you want to write. But by all means, I'd love to write. I haven't written for quite a while because this is really stuck in my head, and I just haven't had the passion for writing anymore. Ever since, well, no, that's not quite true. I have written a couple of other books, and I got a couple of works in play, but I really haven't done any writing for the past couple of years because I just don't feel like it anymore. A couple of books that I need to finish. I don't know. But no, all means, if you have a passion for writing, write, but don't get sucked into the idea of paying money for these publishing houses you see advertised on social media. Because the only ones who are going to make money are them. It's the same with Amazon Kindle and Lulu and all these other sites. The only ones who make money are those sites. I had 3 novels on Amazon Kindle. Aggravation, Saturdays and Nights Vovos, and Henry Talbot's book of Yesterdays. I did sell some copies at 99 cents each, I think they were. But my royalties added up to way less than $100. And unless your royalties add up to $100 or more, you don't get any money. So, there was at the time something like 800,000 self-published authors on Amazon. God knows, there could be 1 million now. But, about 0.1 of 1% will actually make any money. All the others, they'll just accumulate royalties that they can't get, and will just go into Amazon coffers. Yeah, Amazon can't lose. Yeah, and all other sites are the same. Well, the best way to go is print on demand, I think, if you want to go that way. But just bear in mind the cost of postage. Postage is a killer. I sold a copy. I had 5 copies of a special edition from Create Space, and I've still got that book on Create Space. And this is the Create Space copy with a different cover on it. I had a friend on Facebook design that cover for me. Yeah, yeah. And when I say that this is the original book of mine, I know that I got 2,500 copies printed, and a chap in America bought a copy. It was $17 American, and that price was dictated by Create Space. The author has no say in how much the book can be sold for. Create Space dictate the price, and but the cost of postage, even in America, was $30-something, I think, or maybe it was $17-something US. But anyhow, it made the book very, very expensive. Say $35 all up American. Well, that's ridiculous. You can go into any bookstore and you can buy best-selling authors for under $20. So, why would you want to spend money on something like that? From an author such as myself. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just plain ridiculous. By all means, write. By all means, if you've got a passion for writing, write. Because it's good for the soul, it's good for the mind, and tell your story, or your stories, certainly. But don't get sucked into any of these publishing companies. They'll just rob you blind. They really will. Anyhow, that's about all I got to say. Is that yes, after all that time, 5 years ago, and it's still, the thought of it still plagues me. It really does. And I did skip it there. The reason I got 2,500 copies printed was because it was the cheapest way to go. If I'd have gotten, say, 1,500 copies, each book was going to cost me, I don't know, $12, $13 or something. So the less number of books you got, the more they cost you. So I decided to get a greater number so I could just keep the price down. But it didn't matter. Anyway, never mind. Well, that's it. Well, I want to thank you for watching. I do apologise for the poor light, but that's under the circumstances the best I could really do. So until next time, bye for now.